Hi everyone, this is Mari Ra, and this is going to be a video on an energy update. We're going to go over the chakras, how people are feeling at this time, and yeah, we're going to get a little bit into it. So, I wanted to leave a quick video on this here. Normally, I do lives on Instagram, but my phone is not really working right now, so I'm gonna use YouTube for lives. So after I share like the energy report, what I'm gonna do is pull some cards for self-care for the week ahead. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it so that the soul family can watch this when they get a chance. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now. At this time, I'm gonna go over the chakras, what I picked up, and I'm gonna share what energies you can use to heal yourself, depending on where you are, like vibrationally and stuff like that. So, so the Earth Star chakra is the one that is below underneath the root chakra. And at this time, there's a lot of rest that is being guided for us to take. So we're being guided to rest, to surrender to these energies, as well as taking some time in isolation. Hello, beautiful sister. Taking some time to isolate, to go within and so on. But what I'm gonna do here is just share what I was picking up on this morning when I was checking on the chakras for us. And then after I share that, I'm just going to pull some self care for the week ahead. I just couldn't use Instagram today for some reason, so I'm doing it here. Okay, so like I was saying, at this time, the Earth Star and the root chakra are being like really emphasized. So in the root chakra, there's a lot of anger, anxiety that is being released because it's making like it's clearing up the layers so that the energy of abundance and illumination can come through. And so I'm just gonna do it like that. I'm gonna report on what I have and then follow up with what I'm gonna get. But for our sacral at this time, there's gonna be a lot of energy that needs to be moved for my ladies because a lot of energetic, it's just a lot is stored in the hips. So I'm also sensing like for the new moon, the ones that may have like a new moon blood cycle, like that's also gonna be coming in. But the sacral, there is a lot of pain in the sacral that is being released as well, is being cleansed. Energies around, the sexual energy that is there, about the passion, but it's also like trusting as well. So the pain is being released from the sacral so that we open in more space to ignite with that passion energy in the sacred way that it needed to be. And then for the heart, so energetically, the collective is in the heart. And so there is this major, like I was saying, like this major heart expansion. But at the same time, what I've been feeling is that a lot of people are healing the heartbreaks. So there's a lot of heartbreak energy in the heart. There's a lot of energy that is being released, of frustration, pain, but that is being cleansed. And then there's also some energy of trust, so building trust within ourselves, building trust within others, rebuilding our confidence and things that ignite us, like our passions and stuff like that. So the heart in itself is being recalibrated, which I'm going to go into more detail after I finish just the rundown of the chakras. And so there's also like energetically, like I was saying, people are here on the heart, but they're also moving into the throat. So in the throat at this time, there's caution. there's some anger and anxiety that is being released in the collective, but there's caution, as in people are cautious of whether they want to express that in a sense. So they're being very careful because they feel it. The heart chakra is already open and stuff like that. So they are feeling those strong emotions and they're becoming aware and acknowledging them. But since this is still being cleared up, like they're being cautious whether like at a soul level, people are feeling like, okay, it's safe for me to really express how I really feel. Because since a lot of emotions have been suppressed, there is a lot of frustration, there's pain, there's all of these energies. So that's why we are right here. And I was getting like for this week ahead, I feel like people are going to have either like sore throats or maybe like a baby flu that's going to come in if that individual is not aware of those energetic centers or blockages. Because a lot of times when there is energy that needs to be cleared, the universe, that's what it does. But that's kind of what I was sensing. Let me see. Now going into the third eye, the the third eye, there's a lot of energy at this time. Maybe there's some fear, anxiety, but there's also that tower moment that I feel like we're all experiencing. The third eye is wanting to go more into the energy of trust, connecting our third eye with our heart, so that we're able to also see with love and connect to our creativity. Because there's been a lot of doubt. I feel like that it's been lingering around. So every time we doubt ourselves or our intuitive inner knowing or just feeling, it does close a little bit the third eye at times. So that's why there's on the third eye, and then moving into the crown, there's a lot of overthinking at this time. So there's been a lot of overthinking. Again, the headspace is like maybe there's some anxiety, frustration, some sadness, and the headspace is thinking of the energies of abundance in a sense. Because both the crown and the root chakra, or like just everything, is being cleared up. I missed the solar because I wrote it all the way here for some reason. And then really quick on the solar is our stomach center, right? So there's again a lot of anger, frustration, a lot of sadness, and then the energy of rejection is up in the air. Then the death and rebirth energy came out for that because it's clearing all of that. Although the solar is experiencing that at the end, I got the energy of strength. So through these growing pains, we're obtaining our strength, right? We're obtaining our sharpness and stuff like that. So that was just a quick breakdown of the chakras. Now I'll just openly talk about it. And I'll leave here a reminder so that you guys know what energies to call in for each of the chakras that are connected to a specific planet or star. Excuse me. So, a lot of that stuff. So basically, guys, all the chakras are being worked on right now. So that's why it feels like a major tower moment. And so physically, like mentally, there has been a lot of overthinking. There has been a lot of tests that I feel like the divine has sent out to see, no matter what your physical environment looks like, are you going to trust your heart? You know what I mean? Like, even if the physical reality has not been set in place, and although the energies of ascension, right, and like all these dimensions are here and everything is falling into place, we're being tested right now on our faith, like always, to see, like, okay, are we going to continue to be in our hearts? Because the test that I see right now, or I feel, is that all these things are going to come to try to trick you in disconnecting from your heart and then just being your headspace, and I always say that's dangerous, because when we are disconnected from our heart, then we feel like we don't want to feel anything, right? But the heart is the portal to source, right, to the universe and everything. So when we are feeling and we're alchemizing it and stuff like that, at least we know that we're being guided by our heart. So just a reminder on the heart, since we're talking about the heart, remember to always stay in your heart space. When in doubt, go within and touch your heart and ask your higher self, your angels, your spirit guides, and however you connect to the divine, God, the universe, to just come and surround you and to take any pain away or just everything like in that moment. Just center yourself, ground yourself, and continue to listen, to your own sweet inner voice. That's your higher self speaking. Because yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. Let me see what else before I move on. So yeah, it's been intense, guys. It's been really intense. So so we said mentally. So now in the body, what the body is feeling right now is a lot. And the way that I can explain it is, as these solar flares are hitting the earth and all of us, like, it's basically resurfacing and bringing up all of these things that we talked about. If there is sadness, if there is frustration, wherever it is in the body, it's bringing it up at this time, in a sense. And so what that looks like physically, uh I'm being shown like when there's a storm and you see the electrical wave, like that's happening in our bodies. So our nervous system at this time is very sensitive, because in the nervous system, it is where also some trauma is reside. So when we are feeling like, if we feel like, because I myself had like an emotional breakdown, and I realized like, oh shit, I had a whole emotional and panic attack, and I didn't know that that's what it was, but I felt like there was a lot going on. So I know that that's going to happen to a couple of people in their own ways, but it's because the nervous system is being hit with these energies. So it's like at times it feels like a lot, and it does feel like you're literally being electrified. So physically, the body is going through it, because mentally, physically, and spiritually, as in like your higher self, I feel like they're like they've been in different frequency ranges. And so as things are settling in, now the body needs time to catch up, right? Like our higher self has been busy doing stuff, moving stuff around so that we continue to be aligned to our soul mission and purpose, right? And what feels aligned to our souls. And then now the body is needing to rest, is needing to catch up. That's why it's important to go within and see and check in with yourself with all honesty. Like, how am I feeling? Where am I feeling these things or emotions or whatever it is? So whew. Okay, so one more thing before I move on is, so like I was talking about how the collective is going through this heart chakra expansion, right? And so with this heart chakra expansion, um this means that you're building your angelic wings again, because you have etheric wings that are a projection of how open your heart space is. So now that people are here, when you dive into your heart and you begin to feel everything, it's a process. This is the first layer of awakening. And then in this heart space, there are 3 stages of the heart. The 3 stages of the heart are called the sacred heart, the crystal lotus heart, and then the third stage is called the blue rose higher crystal heart. At this time, people are between that first layer, which is the sacred heart, and also or moving into the crystal lotus heart. Now I'm going to go over what that means, because I'm still working on putting together like my version of an ascension manual so that people can have a breakdown of these things. Like, still in the process of it, but I should be done shortly. So now I'm going to go over these stages, what these means. Because where people are energetically, their body, their mental body, like their mental, their spiritual, and everything is currently kind of like releasing a certain timeline. So this is kind of like how ascension works in a sense. Wherever you are energetically, you're going to be experiencing certain memories that are going to be coming up for you as you are like turning on your DNA and stuff like that. So The first level of the heart is when you are building your wings. This is a level 1 of sacred marriage, which is called the building wings. I'm gonna go over quickly on the 3 stages. That way it's here, but I'm gonna be talking about this more thoroughly, like on Instagram in proper time. So I was saying a lot of people are in between the level 1 stage and then barely heading into the level 2 stage. So I'm going to go over what the level 1 stage means. When people are first opening their hearts, that means that they're going to be going into stage 1. That is called an alchemical union, which is when you're repairing the two-dimensional. Your 2D is your root chakra, okay? You're repairing the 2D chakra with the 4D, the heart, astral relationship. This is what's going to be coming up in this stage. Ancestral mismia, sexual amplification, karmic issues, past timeline memories, phantom matrices, false ascension matrix, black magician trauma, or astral dark arts training, negative forms or clones, Egyptian trauma, Lemurian trauma, inner child trauma, telepathic, victim slash victimizer for healing, high risk for dark manipulation and trickster, acts as a catalyst for spiritual awakening and ascension. That's just stage 1. So like what I just said is kind of like if people are experiencing, that's where they are energetically, right? Now, stage 2 of that first level of the heart is the soulmate. Maybe when you run into soulmates. That is the 5D, that energetically your heart is moving into 5D. That means there's going to be the energy of future Earth lines, the Palladian influence, 5D ascension memories, the Mayan calendar influence, shamanic studies, falls amblucius reset, soul extension share identity, resolving ego archetypes and identity, study of archetypes and patterns through tarot, or numerology or astrology, and all of the alchemical union influencers. That was just stage 2. You see, like even I can like me reading that, I'm like, okay, I can see, people are in those areas. So now moving into stage 3, this is when you connect to twin soul energy. That is moving into the 6th dimension, or the 6D memories and energy in general. So the 6D is when maybe you're going to start connecting with the energy of the Sirians. This is the Sirian and indigo blue ray influence. This is the Jesus Magdalene influence. Other planet or future memories start to come in. Soul extension shared identity, geometric shapes or crystal modalities. All of the alchemical union influencers. When level 1 triad is integrated, the full triad of the 4D, 5D, and 6D merges to evolve to rod and staff union. That means that you move energetically to level 2 triad, which is the union. This, in general, what this means is like you're building your soul, you're healing your soul to prepare yourself for union within yourself first, and then the union without, right? So that was just level 1. Oh, before I go on to level 2, where I feel like people are energetically at this time, uh this is something that I realized within the community, and this is why people at times, when they're having their own spiritual awakening, they feel like they are Jesus, or maybe they feel like they are Mary Magdalene. And like, if you think about it, the way that you want to see this, however you want to see it, but in my interpretation is kind of like, if we all come from the same group, right? Like this, it's our family, they are our family, and they did, stuff like that, and it's all connected to the same stream of blood that we're from, right? The Christ consciousness. That's why there will be that stage where, as you're connecting to these energies, people like feel like I am that person, and that's fine, but that's just a part of your identity as a whole, or in general, like that's just a part of what we all experience in a sense. So there's more layers to that. And then it's tricky because people get like they remain there. And so the first part of ascension in general is kind of like the the 1D, 2D, and 3D are the first three lower chakras that create the personality. It gives you a personality around any of those traumas or stuff like that. That's why when you move into the heart, like, it's a little complicated for people because people feel, I don't want to say threatened, but that's the word that's coming up, threatened to the personalities that they created around that. And so when you're moving into the heart and you're feeling and you're releasing, that's when you're really beginning to connect with your soul, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah. So then when you move into the level 2, which is where I feel like a lot of people are at this very moment, because the last time I did a live, I remember saying, oh, I feel the energy of Arcturian and the energy of Neptune came up. But this is level 2 of the heart. After that first stage of the heart that you're healing and all of those things come up, however they do for you, the second level of the heart is when the heart, so that was the sacred heart. And now that I realize, it's kind of like that first, like when I said when people feel like they're either Jesus or Mary Magdalene, that's the sacred heart. And that's kind of like the image that you see of him pointing to his heart. But from there, the heart transforms into what is called a crystal lotus heart. That is going to be the level 2 of sacred marriage, and it's the building of that heart. That first stage is going to be a karmic monad. You start connecting with the 7D energy, the Arcturian influence, the inner Christ crucifixion memories, the monadic extension. You start connecting to ascended masters, ET histories, monad dark arts training, cathedrals, human family or origin genetic clearing, planet grid work and stargates, and planetary misma. That's where I feel like a lot of people are right now. And they're going to be moving into stage 2, which is a reversal monad, connecting with the energy of 8D, Orion, and Lyran influence, energies of Nephilim, Atlantean overlays, Lord Michael overlays, the patriarchal king reversal, and matriarchal queen reversal healing, reverse electrons, any metatronic reversal, genetic hybrid healing, etheric surgery, the black heart re-encryption, Orion wars, solar cross, alien implants, and all previous influencers. So that is kind of where I feel like people are right now. So I'll leave it there because I want this video to be short and simple. But wow. So that is the type of stuff that I'm preparing us to go into. So when we are talking about these things, you'll be like, okay, yeah, like this is where, things are and stuff like that. So it's really trippy. But before I do the self-care card pull for the week ahead, I'm going to go over again really briefly the chakras and tell you what planet or star or galaxy they connect to, and also the ascended 7th dimensional aspect, okay? So your Earth star connects to the energy of Neptune. That's why Neptune came up. Got it. Yeah. So the Earth star connects to Neptune. The ascended version of Neptune that connects still with the Earth star is called Tulatali. Tulatali. Now, your base, which is also known as the root chakra, connects with the energy of Saturn. The energy or the ascended aspect of the energy of Saturn is called Quishi. Your sacral connects to the energy of Sirius. The ascended aspect of Sirius is called Lukame. The navel connects to the sun. The ascended aspect of the sun is the great central sun. The solar plex connects to the earth. The ascended aspect of it is called Pilake. The heart connects to Venus. The ascended aspect of that is the higher Venus. The throat connects to the energy of Mercury. The ascended aspect of Mercury is called Telephony. Then the third eye connects to the energy of Jupiter. Then the ascended aspect of Jupiter is called Junbei. The crown is the energy that connects to Uranus. The ascended aspect of Uranus is called Kurane. The casual chakra connects to the energy of the moon. The ascended aspect of it is the organic ascended moon. Your soul star connects to Orion, and the ascended aspect is the ascended Orion. Then your stellar gateway connects to the energy of Mars. The ascended aspect of Mars is called Nulageli. And then just to wrap it up, on the Heroes Gamos, the collective right now is in level 2, either stage 1 or level 1, stage 3. All right, now I'm just going to call in our higher selves, spirit guides, ancestors, masters, and teachers that work with us energetically, calling in our dragons and our unicorns as well. And I'm gonna check. Ooh, whoa, sister, I just read. Hi, beautiful sister. I'm loving this. I feel that my astral chart is Scorpio, rising Cancer, and Moon in Leo and Sun. I been a hypnotherapist for over 20 years, and I have seen this in past life regressions where they connect to a higher being like Jesus and they think it's a past life. Ooh, that's trippy. That's interesting, sister. I'm gonna do what does our inner child need us to express for the week ahead? What is the self-care for our inner child? Yeah, so I'm getting a massage. So a lot of back pain actually that like because remember like energy gets stuck in the body. So I am feeling like the hip of people and the lower back of people are going to be needing some love. So having a self massage, and then our inner child is asking us to take a walk. Taking a walk when we might feel like the energies are too intense, just take a walk to just free your mind of things and just connect with nature. And then I love this picture. I always love this picture because it's like you're taking a walk, but the road, you see the bigger picture or like the bigger figure here. Like this is your higher self guiding you on the road ahead. So continuing, feeling led in that path. Then I have meditate for our inner child, which is like the energy of going within. When things feel too intense in your outer world, it means that you need to go back into your inner world, into your inner space, which is within yourself. So that means putting down the phone if you feel like you've been scrolling nonstop, like turn off the TV, whatever it is, like whatever you're giving your attention to, release it. Immediately remove yourself like from the matrix in a sense, and then try to go sit down somewhere, get in some sunlight, breathe and just have a few moments, even if it's just 5 minutes with your own self, with no electronics, nothing, so that you can listen to what comes up in those moments. Because the one thing about this matrix is that it will do whatever it takes to distract you and to not keep you connected to your soul, right? And also, like, a lot of times people have a hard time being present. So it's like just being observant of like, am I thinking too much of the past or am I thinking too much in the future? And in that moment, bring your energy into the now, because when we are too much into the past or when we are too much into the future, your soul is becoming fragmented, your energy becomes fragmented. So that's why you feel like you're all over the place. And then, so in those moments of awareness, call back your power by saying, I call back my power from the future and the past and everything, from all parallel timelines, dimensions, and realities. I call back my power into the now. Like that, like really center yourself, breathe, and feel that energy come back into you. Okay, let's do our present self. What is our present self would like us to know for some self-care. I have looked for fairies, very beautiful. So the energy of the fairy is very much like connecting with your when you're connecting with your inner child, it's kind of like that is the present moment, when you are connecting with the magic, with the unseen realms, because when you are in solitude and you're just like you're with your own space, you will be able to feel the energies of fairies whether you're aware of them or not. In that moment, you're connecting to the spirits of the air. You're connecting to all of these things that are always there, but you're not aware of it if we're always onto something, if that makes sense. Our present self is asking for us to continue to work on a vision board if you haven't already. Be very solid on what is that vision that you want, you know because at this time it's still winter. Basically, it's still winter, right? And so that's why the body is still like in this hibernation mode of like hermit, retrieving when we need to retrieve, connect with how we're feeling internally, but remain focused. Don't lose the focus on what your vision is. So at this time, we're working on still continuing to build um, the foundation and our structure for the year ahead. Then I have dream journal. So for our present self, I feel like at this time, if your dreams are very vivid, it's because at this time we are closing timelines. What that means is, let's say energetically in your present reality right now, if there's something like whether it's an emotional or energetic symptom that you're experiencing or something in your reality, it's because it's a parallel of another reality. I know it's tricky. Let me explain it in the best way I can. So at this time, since it is the wrap up, right, of the ascension and stuff like that, we at night when we go to sleep, we are revisiting different timelines that our soul had a thing in. So we're closing karmic contracts. We're closing timelines that we're healing in this now. And as we're doing that in our dreams, it's gonna show us what our subconscious still has. So whether let's say if you have nightmares or you have bad dreams, is that type of dream is showing you in your subconscious what are the fears that you're still carrying. So it's basically a message to yourself. And let's say maybe your dream is more vivid. You feel like you were able to remember that you were in another planet, maybe, or maybe it was Earth, and you saw a little movie play out, right? That's giving you a glimpse of where you were, whether you did visit another timeline or whatever it is. So at this time, our souls are recollecting pieces of it, whether it is from a past timeline or stuff like that. That's what's happening. um that's why we feel exhausted, or the body feels very exhausted right now. Let's see, what does our higher self would like us to know for self-care for the week ahead? So our higher self wants us to remain in gratitude. So write a gratitude list, because when we are, going over these other energies that I was talking about, where it's like whether we are feeling sadness, whether we are feeling angry, frustration, all of these things are normal because they're coming up in everybody, right? In another way, shape, or form. In those moments, don't get too lost in it. It's important to feel it, release it, acknowledge it, and think it. Think it so that it doesn't come back, and just understand the connection. But remain in gratitude, because gratitude is one of the highest vibrational energies, that when you are in gratitude, everything in your life flows and everything just clicks and connects. So although we are in this roller coaster of emotions and stuff like that, still have your gratitude list, whether it's once a week or daily. Write 3 things that you're grateful for, and continue to open up yourself and open up your heart to the blessings. Know that you are a blessing, a walking blessing and a walking miracle. So having that balance. Our higher self wants us to connect with fire. So that means whether you want to buy a candle and set it with the intention to clear energies around you or self love. Also, with the fire is like writing down things on a paper on what you may want to release. So, working with the energy of fire or the spirit of fire is like that deep transmutation physically. So, and then it is a new moon. So new moons are the energy of setting intentions. So perhaps, you want to release whatever it is in that way and then set your intentions with that vision board. The higher self is saying, look to the stars. So when you feel like you're alone or when you feel like you need to take a breather from this world and the reality around you, just look at the star, like look up, look at the sky, whether it's the daytime or the nighttime. Just remember, like it's so beautiful. Like that's what I do sometimes. So it's a reminder of like we're not alone and we have the support of the whole heaven. We have the support of all of our angelic and galactic families. And then I have family. So family is always around, whether it's your human family, your angel family, or your galactic family. Know that during these heart moments we are being held gently. So that's why I said when you're feeling like you're having an emotional, overload and stuff like that, in that moment, touch your heart and call in your higher self, call in your spirit guides, call in your team, and ask them to surround you. That's it. And they will take care of everything else. But just setting that intention and calling them in is giving them permission to basically send you healing, and stuff like that. For our higher self, I'm getting read. So maybe read some things, or maybe you're going to get some downloads I'm hearing as well. And then one last thing, it says spend time with animals. So actually, whether you have an animal or not in your physical world, I'm also getting like your spirit animal. So your spirit animal is going to begin to send signs to you. And this could be an animal that you might have always felt connected to, by the way, but your spirit animal is going to show itself to you. So pay attention to the signs that the universe sends you, when you're out and about. Like, so I love that. Another thing about animals, and I didn't want to talk about it, but it's there. And the dragon of the animals came up when I was checking the dragons. It says sunshine yellow dragon helps you to help animals, serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. So this energy of animals is coming up right now too, because what I'm getting is in some of my recent posts, I talked about how right now we are in this weird stage or this weird portal of intersection of where souls leave and other souls come in. So that means there's this life and death energy within ourselves, but also it's metaphorically, but also physically. So there are going to be, there are going to be deaths, unfortunately. This is going to be for a couple of humans that chose in a soul contract agreement that that's how they wanted to either ascend to bliss Gaia already, or that's just the time that we're in right now. But that also includes animals. So I want to leave that here too. Like that means that maybe there are going to be animals whose soul contracts might have been up. They do come here to also evolve like us, and they do come from different star systems. And so just setting the intention here as well to send these yellow dragons to surround the animals at this time, because I was feeling that too. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. And then lastly, in the back for the self-care, guys, it says make a meal. So because the body, like I said, is really going through it, like it's so important to nourish the body, okay? Like hydrate yourself, drink water with lemon here once in a while it relaxes your nervous system. And also, if when you're taking a shower, you can try to also like do it as long as you can, but when you're taking a shower and you're using like really cold water, when you're in that energy, like it's just resetting and releasing stuff from the nervous system. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And then always, take what resonates. But for me, my guides always tell me that when we are in a time like this, or also for my sisters, like when we are in our menstrual cycles, in that time frame, it's important to drink as much water as we can and eat very lightly. Because right now, if the body, like, I went over all the chakras, because all the chakras there were some type of blockages, some way, shape, or form. That's why the whole body feels like a full reset. So at this time, with even the new moon energy that is here, that's why it's like guided to eat lightly, because the body is overworking itself. So that's why, you try to eat some fruits more than ever right now, because the fruit is light, so you're giving your body more light. But it's okay, because remember that nobody is perfect. Okay, we're all learning here still, even being on this planet. And obviously, we're still also having a human experience, so don't be hard on yourself if you don't do that. Don't be hard on yourself if you're cravings too, by the way. If you want to eat candy or chips comes up, because the body is really feeling it. So again, they we always do have free will, but in always, they always say, like, moderation is key. But just being in that energy of, like, you know going with the flow, and just seeing how your body feels and listening to what your body is telling you and stuff like that. Okay, wow, that was a thorough check-in, and I wanted to leave it here just in case, because I myself was feeling not the best, but I wanted to make sure I kind of leave something here so that we know what's going on. Because our DNA is activating really, really, really fast right now. And that's kind of usually how it feels like, because I experienced it a while ago. Like, it feels like a lot, but it's because I feel like we're in a time crunch. We're in a time crunch right now, with all this quantum leaping and stuff like that. So that's why we might feel this right now, but we're going to get through it. I love you, Sister Livia. Thank you for hanging out with me, and everybody else is here. I surround myself with animals, big connection. I love that. That's good. Yeah, they're definitely always here for us. But yeah, so for now, I might have to just do lives on YouTube until I get my phone fixed, because Tower Moments over here with your sister on this side. So I guess I can't really do lives on Instagram. But it's okay. When there's a thing that I say, like, when shit gets crazy, or like when, like, we always find a way, we go around it. So yeah, so hang in there, family. Okay, it's gonna feel tough, but we're gonna continue, conquering all these things together. And even though, like, always remember that everybody's journey is very beautiful, unique, and rare, and we may have some things in common, and stuff like that. But don't judge yourself or compare yourself to others, because a lot of that energy is gonna come up, I feel. Oh, you're the best too, sister. You're really sister. I feel that, sis. I feel that, and that's why I feel, to be honest with you, like, myself, I'm being guided to retreat as well. Because again, yesterday, like, I'm always honest with y'all, but yesterday I felt like, wow, my nervous system was really going through it. Like, I was like, wow, did I just have an emotional breakdown? Or like it's crazy. So again, it's okay. We're gonna have those moments. But I do feel like, and it's 144. I love that. Oh yeah, so my phone is really messed up. Yeah. So yeah, family. I love you too, brother Johnny. I'm so grateful for you guys. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And it's okay. Right now it's again big hermit mode. Big hermit mode. Guys, I don't want to leave just like that. Let me read one more card from this deck. I really like this deck. It's called Astral Realms. In case you want to get it. It's really cool. It gives you like the energy of the astral. So it goes over maybe like a certain chakra that we're feeling, and then it gives you like a crystal that you can work with. Let me just pull a card from here just to close it. Yeah, and see what comes up. That way we know in case. Whew. Oh my god, me too. Yesterday was so emotional, right? Yeah, sis, I'm telling you. And it's okay, you know, and I kind of love it because interesting. I was saying on Instagram, like I want to set the intention for us to share more openly, you know, when we're not feeling the best, you know, when because it's just as important when we are sharing the good moments, right? Or when we, you know, and stuff like that. But like we're learning how to express ourselves more authentically, you know, and we're also healing at the same time the energy of rejection, both my sisters and my brothers, you know. So everybody's in their own pace, but eventually, you know, we'll all get there. So the energy that came up, which is very interesting, is the energy of Mars. So we have number 24, Mars, the crystal of pyrite, and the energy is momentum. And then again, Mars connects you to your stellar gateway. It's the last one. Very interesting. Let me read the message for us, family. And then this is how it looks like. Pretty cool. So there's the pillars, Mars, and the pyrite, but it almost Oh, okay. Well, what I'm getting before I read this is kind of like we're healing the masculine within us. And that's exactly what I feel like because people are having tower moments when it comes to, I'm going to be real with you guys, when it comes to like financial stuff, you know, when it comes to having that, that, that energy of creating, you know, sustaining, you know, of maintaining as well, you know, like that and stuff like that. So I feel like this I feel very strongly for this year, like the masculine energy is going to really heal thoroughly within us and others, you know? So it's very interesting this came up. So I just want to share that real quick. Okay, it says visuality, masculine energy, and proposition. So it says keep moving forward. Small steps towards a goal are just as important as large bounds. Momentum is something like a snowball effect, and that over time, the energetic flow of multiple small actions will build and build, perhaps under the surface or in plain sight. Maintain a deep seated trust that your actions combined with the universe attraction power are propelling you towards your goals. No matter what stage you are in your journey, find reasons to keep progressing rather than finding reasons to quit. You never know how close you may be to the next big forward surge. Mars is a planet known for its action and momentum. This powerful energy provides you with the spark to carry on even when you're feeling defeated or underwhelmed. Mars masculine energy represents your drive and desires and how you take action. As it is a fiery planet, it will bestow the ability to set aside excuses or justifications and charge through heavy emotions. It is essential to complement your focus with similar energetic compositions. Keeping pyrite on your person will allow its vibrational frequency to give you the vigility you're craving. Pyrite's masculine energy can increase your mental focus and lend you its power to commit to and remain persistent in pursuing your objective. It says use pyrite as a shining example of what a combination of determination and strength looks like. This is an activation guidance as well. So it says, uh, and routine, keep forward momentum to achieve your goals and dreams through some of these exercises. You can spend 5 minutes every morning practicing gratitude for what you've achieved so far. After you practice gratitude, journal what ways you can inch yourself closer to your goals. Place pyrite in the four corners of the room and spend the most time in or carry it on your person. An affirmation is, I am grateful for where I came from and where I'm going. Oh, I love that. I am grateful for where I came from and where I'm going. Oof, I'd say it again. I'm grateful for where I came from and where I'm going. Wow. Oh man, I don't have my pyrite crystal. Okay, it's cool. When I have more energy, I'll just do a little mini healing to do that as well. But I love that. I feel that, that's exactly what I feel right now. Where do you get your cards? I feel like this one should be on Amazon. I buy them on Amazon, sister, or Etsy. They have really cool oracle cards. You can just search like oracle cards. But this one is called Astral Realms Crystal Oracle by Dark Moon Crystals in Prison Flume Design Studio. But yeah. So yeah, family, 1% progress every day will add up over time. Absolutely, brother. Conscious thought backed by action manifestations. Yes, compare yourself to whom you were yesterday, nobody else. Exactly. You're only in competition with you and your higher self. You know what I mean? Like that's the only competition, just yourself, and then yeah, so wow, I love that for us. I think we're ready. We're ready for what's gonna come, but at least I hope that this somehow brings a bit of clarity and understanding on where people are vibrationally, energetically, because the way that I broke that down is what I want to do moving forward, because again, that gives us an understanding where somebody might be mentally, spiritually, and physically. So yeah, I love you too. I love you guys so, so much. You guys all have a beautiful, great rest of your Sunday. May you have a beautiful, great start of the week ahead. And like I said, I feel like I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to take like Instagram breaks. A lot of people are gonna be called to retrieve, and it's okay because that's needed. Like solitude is just as important when we do come together. When there is that love and support, but retrieve when you're needed to. Handle whatever it is that you want to do, and when you're ready, come back in, and it's all good. Okay, guys. So I love you guys so much. I will be back sometime soon, but I'll be here to do lives for now until I figure this phone stuff out. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you all so, so much. And I'll see you guys in the next time.